All right, what is up? Sorry I was a little late. Looks like about 2 minutes. Um, give some time for people to get in. Yeah, I said 7. It's 7:02. Just started. Sorry about that. That's my bad. Um, let's see if we can get some people in the chat. For anyone watching the recording, I'm sorry if you missed it. I mean, it happens. Maybe we'll get Mr. Roller Coasters in here today. He always misses by mistake. So we'll see. Adrenaline Central is here. All right, hello. All right, we got one viewer. That's good. I like to see it. It's kind of like last week's. Ask me questions, talk about future videos, all that stuff. You know, it's kind of the same thing. I've thought about adding Kahoot to my streams. Maybe next week I'll make one. I don't know. I didn't have one ready for today. So, but yeah, so we got Adrenaline Central in. Anybody else in the chat by any chance? Do we have more people? No, maybe. I know Dylan's Coaster Universe said he wouldn't be able to make it, and that's understandable. It's like midnight there, so yeah, it happens. But any questions you want to ask within reason? I mean, obviously, I don't think you guys have anything crazy that you're gonna ask me or anything, but you know, I just have to say it just to be sure. So yeah. As we get deeper into this live stream, I'm sure we'll get more people. Right now, we have Adrenaline Central in the chat. Looks like that is it based on my viewer counter, which is fine. It's good that you're here. If you have any questions, for sure, just ask away, man. I'm telling you, I'll answer them to the best of my ability. So you know, I'm planning to keep this stream around an hour, just like last time. I'd say would be a good length as well. So top 3 parks. Ooh, that's a tough one. I don't want to give away a future video, but we'll just go with it. I think Cedar Point, and these are interchangeable, but Cedar Point, Busch Gardens, Tampa, and Carowinds are all interchangeable for me. Like, they are so good, those parks. But then you got parks like Fiesta Texas that could also be in the mix. It's really hard to say, honestly, because I've been to a lot of great parks, and I haven't really been to a park yet that I thought was truly bad. I mean, I've been to parks that were not so great, but I never really have been to a park that I hated. And I think I'm lucky that way, because sometimes parks are not at their best. But I think I've gotten pretty lucky with that. But yeah, Cedar Point's definitely in the top 3. And I'd say Busch Gardens, Tampa, and Carowinds are the other 2. But again, you could make an argument for any number of other Cedar Fair, Six Flags parks. Yes, I did get banned. Okay. So the OG channel back in the day, before I got copyrighted, I went to Kings Island and I pulled a camera out on the bat. And when I pulled a camera out on the bat, I forgot that they had lift hill cameras. They lift stopped the ride, took the camera from me, and ejected me from the park once we got back to the station. And I was banned from Cedar Fair for 48 hours. So that was not a good day. That's all I can say. That was not a good day at all. But it was kind of like I got so much hate for posting that vlog and being angry about it too. Like, it was bad, man. I'm telling you, that was it doesn't get much worse than that. Like, it was pretty bad. It was funny now that I look back and laugh, but like at the time it was pretty bad. I lost a full day at Cedar Point, and you never want to lose a day at the Point. That's just you don't want to do that. So, you know, it'd be like that sometimes. So I learned my lesson. If you get caught with the camera glasses, don't try pulling out the GoPro on the lift hill. It won't work. So, yeah. Yeah, that was interesting times. Did you get it on recording? Okay. Yes, I got it on recording. Yes, I have the vlog technically, but I will never re-upload it because publicity reasons, I'd say, would be a good way of saying it. Like, I don't want to upload that footage mainly because I feel like it's a bad look on me because I broke a park rule. And also, there's a lot of me being angry about me getting kicked out, even though it was rightfully so. So, like, it was not me at my finest moment. And I just don't want to, put that back out on the internet. I'm sure someone must have saved it or something, but I would rather not, if that makes sense, because like I don't want to have that kind of hanging over me when people come, they're new to the channel. What if that's the first video they watch, So I hope that kind of explains it. So, but yeah, I mean, I just don't want to like put that out there again. So, but yeah. But I still had great fun on that trip. Don't get me wrong. I still made the most of it. Still got some Cedar Point POVs on the one day I had. It was awesome. You gotta love Cedar Point. And Kings Island, yeah, it was a bad look. But when I went back to the park, I found it to be much more enjoyable when I wasn't getting kicked out. So definitely rose in my rankings there as a park. So, and Orion is awesome. That also is a factor. So, wondering if 7 p.m. was a little too early for some people. I was trying to make it so any UK viewers, because that's my second most viewed country, would be able to get into the stream, but might be so early people are still eating dinner. So we'll see. But yeah, Kings Island, much better park now that I am not kicked out of it officially. Like that made it a lot better because I wasn't miserable. So, but yeah, like, and of course you got Cedar Point. Like, I mean, you can't beat the point, honestly. Oh my gosh, someone's calling me in the middle of my stream. Oops. It's not good. Where does Fury rank? Wow. Let's take a look at, well, that's outdated. I know it's top 20. Let me make sure before I say anything. I currently have it at 11, but that's not an updated ranking because I didn't factor in Six Flags America in the updated Hershey Park opinions yet. So I'd say it's in the top 15 though still. I know that sounds a little low for such an I mean, don't get me wrong, Fury is perfect in every way, but I've ridden so many rides that I just think are perfect. Like I just feel like that's what I want in a coaster and I got it. Like if that makes sense. There's so many rides out there that I really like and Fury is definitely one of them. But you also have rides like, Steel Vengeance, which rank higher, but honestly, they're the same breed in the sense that they're both perfect rides to me. Like Fury's perfect to me, Steel Vengeance is perfect to me. It just so happens Steel Vengeance is even more perfect than Fury, if that makes sense. So, Fury's awesome. I mean, I love Fury. I don't think it's overrated, but I don't think it's underrated either. I think it deserves the hype it gets, but that's just my personal opinion there. It's kind of one of those things. So, Sky Rush, that's a very good question. So I love Sky Rush. I don't love the restraints, but I found them to be survivable just because the airtime is just so insane. Like, honestly, I feel like Skyrush hurts more because of the airtime. Like, the way the restraints dig into you hurts a little, but being violently thrown upwards while the restraints are pushing downwards is what hurts. But in a way, it just adds like an out of control feeling to the ride. So honestly, I think Skyrush is a excellent hyper coaster. I think it did the job for a while, although I think Candymonium will be more of a crowd pleaser. I still prefer Skyrush of the two Hershey hypers, as I have ridden both. But don't get me wrong, Candymonium's amazing, but Skyrush just does it for me at a whole nother level. It is so intense. And I'm the guy who loves intensity. Like, I like the high intensity thrill rides. I'm not as big on the floaty B&Ms. I like them. They're still fun, but they're not the same as a good positive G machine with insane ejector airtime like Skyrush is. All right, hello CT Coasters. Good to see you in the stream. I know, it's the Peach Bowl. Sorry guys, my grandmother came in. But yeah, so hello, CT Coasters. Good to see you. Or I guess I'm not seeing you, but you're here. So, of course, kind of like last week, ask me questions, that kind of thing. That kind of thing. So, but yeah, we were just talking about Skyrush and how I think it's good, despite the restraints. But, so yeah, just ask anything, obviously within reason, but, I don't think anybody's going to be unreasonable here. So I don't have too much to worry about. Looks like we're down to one viewer again. Oh, we're back up to two. Okay. All right. So, the thigh crush restraints on flying aces weren't bad. Oh, that's right. You have ridden flying aces. Yes. Have I ridden Phoenix? No. But if everything works out, I can get the money together, and we're not locked down, I will be riding Phoenix in this summer, hopefully. I mean, no guarantees there because you never know. It could be down, it could be any number of things, but I'm planning on riding Phoenix this summer, and Phoenix looks really fun. It looks like Swamp Fox on steroids, and I love Swamp Fox, so I think I'm going to like it. I think I'm going to really like it. So I'm also looking forward to Twister just because it's a clone of it's a near clone, not quite, but a near clone of the Mr. Twister at the original Illich. So kind of it'll give me an idea of what that ride was like. And of course, Flying Turns looks pretty fun. Impulse, all that. Phoenix looks overrated. I don't know what my opinion will be on Phoenix till I ride it. Honestly, I can speak from experience. Buzz bars on a PTC can go either really good or really not good. And Swamp Fox is an example of them going really good. And let me think, what's an example of them not working? Well, PTC's pretty good with buzz bars. It's like when you get William Cobb and stuff, they're just trash. But that's neither here nor there. Like Tornado at Adventureland, I think, has buzz bars, if I recall. I think it had buzz bars, yeah, but it had no airtime. So there you go. There's an example of a Woody that the buzz bars don't do anything. But I could definitely see Phoenix's buzz bars making it an amazing ride, though. But we'll have to see. Definitely have to get a front and back row on it. That's for sure. I think I have like a full day at Knoebel, so that shouldn't be an issue. Pretty sure I have a full day. Yankee Cannonball. Oh, I didn't know Yankee Cannonball had buzz bars. I'll get to ride that next year too if everything goes well. Most anticipated coaster next year. Um, hmm. That's a tough one. I want to say Phantom's Revenge, but then you got Ka, Toro. I think El Toro. El Toro. Comet has buzz bars. That's right. Comet does have buzz bars. Although at Hershey Park, although I think it's Hershey. Yeah, the Comet at Hershey Park. The problem with Comet is it just didn't have the strong airtime I thought it would, but it was still good floater. It just wasn't ejector to me. But yeah, I'm gonna have to say El Toro for my most anticipated coaster next year. Also, welcome X Coasters Forever to the stream. Good to have you. No, I think Comet. I just wrote it. I should remember. Hold on. Pretty sure it's Buzz Bars though. Yeah, it's Buzz Bars for sure. But let me double check that. I don't want to sound like an idiot here. Saying something that's not true, but I think yeah, they hold on. Yeah, it has buzz bars. Just looked at a picture of the train. Let me double check. Yeah, it has buzz bars. Yep. Yeah, at Hershey, not Great Escape. Yeah. Yeah. Comet is again, Comet's not the best Woody, but it's not terrible either. I found it fun. Yeah, the one at Great Escape has regular PTCs, I think. Um, although technically PTC manufactures Buzzbar trains, I'm just not sure if they still do. I think they might offer like them because like some parks want to keep their Buzzbar coasters. I don't know. We'll have to see. I know one of the Silverwood Woodies, I forget which one it was, lost its Buzzbars this year, which was kind of unfortunate. They got new trains for it, which I don't think will go over well. Hopefully they'll bring back the Buzzbars. Um, yeah, Comet was fun, but it wasn't really anything special to me. I mean, it was still fun though. Again, can't complain about classic Woody. They're usually pretty good. Um, but obviously, the second weakest in the park, obviously, Wildcat is just trash. I'm sorry, I do not like that ride. But yeah, El Toro, most anticipated coaster. I think that's a good safe pick because it's El Toro. It's freaking El Toro, man. I mean, we got El Toro Ryan named after it, so Silverwood. Yeah, I really got to get to Silverwood. Like the fact that they have that many coasters in such a small foot. Like Silverwood isn't a big park. If you look at its footprint, it's a pretty small park, but they really do well with their usage of land. And the RMC Raptors are just great. And it's a clone of Wonder Woman, which you can't go wrong with a clone of that ride at all. Cannot go wrong. But yeah, stunt pilot. I hope they do some theming on it. I could really see that working. Like actually, maybe doing a themed queue line. If they could do that, that would like be amazing. I don't think they will, but if they did, that'd be pretty freaking cool. Put like a fighter jet at the entrance or something, or a fake plane. That'd be really cool. I mean, you know, just a suggestion for the park. I should email them and say, hey, put a fighter jet at the entrance to the queue line. It'll be cool. Yeah, I know. I'm dreaming. I'm dreaming. I know they don't do theming. I know they don't do theming. But wouldn't it be nice? Just once. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying they will. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they will. I'm just saying it'd be nice if maybe they did a little. You know, just a fighter entrance sign. Like you know how Afterburn at Carowinds has the fighter jet hanging off the supports? Like if they could do something like that, that'd be pretty cool. Like you don't have to like do Europe level theming or anything. You just, just a little bit. Tell a story a little bit. Obviously they probably won't, but hey, one can dream, right? I mean, I just think the US needs to step up their game with theming though, because like when half of Europe's parks look like a freaking Disney park in terms of the theming quality, like I mean, can we please get some of that? Speaking of your Efteling looks bad. Up, we're continuing last week's discussion. Yeah, Efteling is I still really want to go because I want to see what it has to offer. But I will admit, after thinking about it, the coaster collection isn't the best. Your favorite theming is the horse on the side of Bizarro Station. You know, that says a lot about American theming, doesn't it? That you know how good how that's good theming to an American park, like with the horse on the side of a station or something. Like, oh, we themed it, you know, that kind of thing. Like, wait, there's a horse on. Wait a minute, what? I just realized what you. There's a horse on this. Wait a minute. Let me look this one up. I've never seen this. I kind of want to see it. Let me see if I can pull it up. You kidding me? But why? But why? I don't get it. Oh, hey, Bodie from Pierce Maker Studios. That was certified a joke, but yeah, there's. I thought you were serious. Oh my gosh. That's the worst thing about like typing in the chat is you can't really like tell if someone's joking. Oh my gosh. I literally looked up. I took the time to look up if there was a horse. I see a horse, and I just kind of I think about it, I'm like, but why? I mean, what does a horse have to do with Bizarro? That's what I want to know. It's like they just had a leftover horse from like a carousel or something, and they just said, "Oh, I know what we can do with it. Let's put it on the side of our new B&M Floorless's station or whatever." I don't know. So, I mean, sure, they can be Six Flags, that's for sure. But, you know, it's like that sometimes. Don't get me wrong, I still love a good Six Flags coaster. I think the early 2000s is the only reason Six Flags is still around because they actually added good coasters back then. So their parks are relatively stacked. So they're in good shape for the long haul, probably. Even if they aren't adding anything spectacular now. Worst park I've been to. Um, hmm. Okay, so this is more of a fairground situation, but it is a park because it's a permanent fairground situation. So Broadway at the Beach, I'd say would be the best, or the not the best, the worst park I've been to, mainly because they don't really have that much. Like they have two really elite flat rides and a mini coaster, like a SVF Visa. Honestly, Six Flags is going to be gone in 5 years. That's questionable. I think what will happen is someone will buy them out, but I don't think that the Six Flags brand will disappear. I feel like eventually they're gonna go bankrupt. Someone's gonna buy them out of bankruptcy, and when they do that, they will probably fix the problems that Six Flags is having. But someone needs. I think the only way Six Flags ever becomes good again is if they go bankrupt. They have to go bankrupt, and someone needs to. Someone needs to like buy them out of bankruptcy. So El Toro is the best coaster in the Six Flags chain. Yeah, I can agree with like I can see that. Like I mean it's hard to see that, but at the same time it's not. Like I could see that. It looks like it feels like it looks like it would feel like the ejector you can find on some of RMC's Outer Banks, those first Camelbacks feels like that kind of ejector. That sustained ejector airtime. Okay, Bodhi. I can't wait to react. I don't know when I'm going to do it, but I will do it. Yeah, Six Flags does have to stop trying to add a new thing at each park every year. But yeah, I feel like they're going to go bankrupt. But when they go bankrupt, someone's going to buy them out of bankruptcy. Because there's so many parks in the Six Flags chain that I don't think we're going to lose them. I think what's going to happen is someone's going to see an opportunity to jump on it. In fact, I would not be shocked if Cedar Fair, a few years down the road, buys them out of bankruptcy because they're in bankruptcy. Like it's they're bankrupt. So when you buy somebody out of bankruptcy, they're a lot cheaper to buy usually. I could see that. I mean, obviously that won't happen probably, but who knows? Want to react to your I will check that out. I got a few reactions to do. I got Bodie's every coaster he's ridden ranked. I have, and yeah, I'll definitely add that to my list. I haven't done a reaction in a little while. They do pretty well. I should probably do that more often. And why is my computer so hot it's burning me? That's concerning. What? We're at 6 viewers? Let's freaking go. I think that's my record is 6. So on a live stream. So there we go. Look at that. Who just joined? Say hi in the chat. But yeah, I'll definitely react to your top 25. Oh, you forgot Georgia Scorcher? How do you forget like the best B&M stand-up that I've ridden and you've ridden? Then again, you've only ridden well, we've both only ridden Vortex and Georgia Scorcher. And obviously Georgia Scorcher is better. It's actually not terrible. Oh, we lost 2 viewers. Oh man. That's unfortunate. But it's okay. But oh, we lost 3 viewers. We're down to 3. That's not good. Losing viewers here. Uh-oh. So, but how do you forget Georgia Scorcher? Everybody, you can't. You've only ridden Green Lantern. Green Lantern looks pretty okay. I mean, it looks better than, say, Vortex at Carowinds for sure. Sorry, I'm pulling something up so I can like just chill with my feet up, relax. But yeah, you've only ridden Green. Yeah, I mean, I have yet to experience an incline loop on a stand up. And I know that's weird because I've experienced one on a floorless, but it's bad. Yeah, I could see it being rough. I could definitely see that. Green Lantern, but I don't see anything being worse than Vortex at Carowinds. I mean, that ride is so bad in so many ways. Wow, we have a Green Lantern club that I'm not part of. I got to get up there. Yeah, Green Lantern looks really intense. I mean, I feel like with stand-ups, you either love them or you hate them. I feel like there's no middle ground with stand-up coasters because, and also you got to ride them right, so. Oh, your mom joined? Oh, no, I won't be embarrassed. It's not a big deal at all. I mean, the more viewers, the better. It was a bad ride. Did you get like a back row maybe? Because sometimes back row rides, like, you don't want to go back row with the stand up. Well, I mean, Georgia Scorcher you can because it's relatively smooth. Hello. Hello. Oh my gosh. um, but yeah, like Georgia Scorcher is a really, really good B&M stand up. Vortex is a really, really bad B&M stand up. Green Lantern is the worst B&M you've been on. I mean, you know, well, we've got to get you on Vortex at Carowin CT coasters because you'll then understand. You'll understand. But hello to Bodhi's mom. So, yeah. See, Shut up, Bodie. Now you're messing me up. Oh my gosh. Anyways, but yeah. You're not sure if you like Nitro or Green Lantern more. Yeah, like Nitro feels like one of the most polarizing roller coasters out there. I mean, like honestly, I don't know what to think of it. Like I've heard people say it's the best B&M Hyper. I've also heard people say it's trash. So, oh, you're arguing with Bodie about Vortex. You loved it. That is interesting. Nitro sucks really bad. Interesting. One of the worst coasters you've ridden. Yeah, but Vortex, like, I can see that, like, it depends. Like, maybe I got a bad ride. Maybe it was running bad that day. I don't know. I mean, there's so many factors. Like, it just ran really rough for me. And here's the worst thing. I don't remember it being that bad for my earlier rides, so maybe I just got on a bad day. Who knows? You never know with coasters. Like, they can run really smooth some days and really rough others. It's all really it depends. Oh man, Nitro is as forceful as my couch. Oh my gosh. Trust me, I write it every time it sucks. Yeah. And again, I mean, the thing is, like, I really am sad that Cedar Fair had to rip the actually good Vortex out. Kings Island's Vortex, the one that was headbanging, yes, but it was so intense. They had to tear that one out, right? Just had to. Nitro gets the best airtime in the front row. Interesting, like, you never know with B&Ms. Like, the newer B&Ms seem to be better in the front row. Like, Nitro, what is Nitro? 2001? So it's relative. Wait, is it 2001? I think it's 2001. Or is it 2002? I forget. Or maybe I'm way off and it's like 2007. I don't know. But yeah, Nitro doesn't look that bad. But it doesn't look. I don't think it's the best B&M Hyper, but you never know. Let me see. It opened in 2001. Okay, I was right the first time. Yep. Where does Outlaw Run? Uh-oh. Well, unpopular opinion. Outlaw Run is the worst RMC I've ever ridden. It is so bad. And don't get me wrong, the airtime's great. It is so great. It is really that good. But it's so freaking rough. I can't. I do not like Outlaw Run at all. I found the only enjoyable part of that ride due to the roughness was probably the first drop. After that, it just got insanely rough. It really does need the L ride treatment, honestly. Candymonium is the best B&M Hyper you've ever ridden. Yeah, for me it is too. Like after riding Candymonium, I just like it's so good. And to think when I rode it, it was pretty cold. So I wonder how it runs on a hot day. I could see that running really fast. Yeah, Outlaw Run, like again, the layout isn't the problem with this ride. The layout is great. It's the roughness. I find that these topper track woodies from RMC, I think they were a great concept, but I don't think the technology, I think it was ahead of its time in the sense that you can't really build wooden coasters that extreme and expect it to stay smooth because I mean, let's face it, wood is only so strong, and even with the steel topper, it just doesn't do enough to keep it in good shape for extended period of times. What do I think of Elride getting some iBox track? It needed it. I mean, I know there are people who are going to be mad at me for saying that, but it really needed the iBox. Skyrush is not really rough, and neither. Well, Goliath at Over Georgia has a bad rattle. I'll give you that, Bodie. But Skyrush was just rattly. Like, I mean, like it didn't take away from the ride for me. Mainly because the way the restraints are, it doesn't really hurt that it's rough. It just kind of is. And it's really the wing seats on Skyrush that are really shaky. It's the inner seats aren't that bad, but you know, Skyrush is currently your number one coaster. Yeah, Skyrush is really good. I mean, you can't beat a good ride on Skyrush. And I remember we were at Hershey Park 2 days. Me and Pierce Maker Studios. We went 2 days, and the first day we got one ride on Skyrush, I do believe, and it was ice cold, not warmed up at all. When we came back in the night to get a night ride, it had dropped below 45 degrees, and good old Intamin, apparently the sensors on that ride can't handle temperatures below that. So then the second day, we got our morning ride, and we're like, it's okay. Then we got a warmed up ride, and oh my gosh, that thing just violently threw you out of the seat. And it reminded me why Skyrush is one of the best Intamin roller coasters. I had forgotten, but I reminded myself. So definitely a good thing. Because the last time I rode Skyrush was opening year in 2012, and I waited 2.5 hours for it. So kind of fun fact for you there. I rode Skyrush in its opening year. Actually, early in its opening year. I went in May. So technically, I think it was May. Yeah. So I rode it pretty close to its opening day. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, Goliath at Over George is actually pretty rough. Have I ever been on an alpine coaster? Yes, I have. It was the Branson coaster, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Like, that ride surprised me. For a ride to surprise me, it doesn't necessarily have to be the greatest of all time. What it has to do is like not be what I expected. I expected a tame family coaster. I got positives. I got violently thrown around. There's actually a couple, like my first ride, I actually used the brakes because I got, like, my brain told me, you need to slow down now. Like, you need to slow down now. What's the. Oh, someone's gonna screen record my answer to this, and it's gonna be infamous all over YouTube someday if I ever get YouTube famous. I enjoyed the Branson coaster more than Outlaw Run. I'd say yes. Because if you look at my rankings, keep in mind this is before the whole thing with Busch Gardens and everything. The Branson coaster sits at number 98. So we have that. And Outlaw Run does sit higher. So technically, I rank Outlaw Run higher. But, and here's the but, I found Outlaw Run to be more intense, which is why I put it higher. But I found Branson Coaster to be way more enjoyable. That makes sense. Outlaw Run is the better coaster in terms of intensity. Please join your premiere at 8:30. If I join your premiere, I can't react to it. And if I can't react to it, well, I guess I could screen record the premiere. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Where does Outlaw Run rank among the other coasters? Well, referring back to my list, it is higher than Fire in the Hole and higher than Grand Exposition, but lower than Powder Keg, Thunderation, Time Traveler, and Wildfire. So technically, it's my number 5 in the park. So And if you want, I do believe I did a Silver Dollar City rankings video. If you want to check that out, I think I gave a little bit more in depth on a few of the coasters and what I liked about them. I gotta admit, Wildfire, the B&M sit down, it has some great ejector on that first drop, so that's why it's much higher. But yeah, definitely Silver Dollar City though it's a tough park to rank because they have some really great rides. Other than Time Traveler, that's an obvious number one, but other than that. So I like that we got 5 viewers in the house. I like that. Showing support. I thank all of you for being here. That's for sure. I'm glad you guys came. I'd say we'll go another 18, 19 minutes, and then we'll cut it off around 8:02. Then, do I like Patriot or Talon? Well, Patriot is the only one I've ridden. So I have not been to Dorney yet. I know that's crazy. I've been to Hershey, but I haven't been to Dorney. That's kind of insane, but it's true. So I have to say Patriot, and I really like Patriot. What's my least favorite coaster? Well, we're gonna exclude kiddie coasters. Okay, just to be fair to like, you know, and it's really close. Hmm. Um, I'd say if I had to say Boomerang at Wild Adventures. That ride was so bad in so many ways. Okay, let's start with I don't particularly like boomerangs, but I can survive most of them. But the one at Wild Adventures is just it is horrible. In like it is absolutely like headbanging, nausea. It's terrible. Will I go back to Wild Adventures for Cheetah? I plan on it. Maybe not this year, but I might. I might take like a weekend trip out to Wild Adventures and maybe that little park in Pensacola that I haven't been to. Yes, there is a park in Pensacola that I haven't been to. It's like Sam's Fun City or something, I think it's called, or I think that's what it's called. But yeah, I need to go back for Cheetah because Cheetah is a credit I want to get. It's literally the only custom roller coaster at the entire park. Every single other ride there, coaster wise, is a clone. Cheetah is a unique layout, so I kind of want to get on it. That being said, they have a pretty decent SLC, and I never thought I'd say those words in the same sentence, but I did. Although I will say Mindy Racer at Six Flags America is also a contender for my least favorite coaster. By the way, CT coasters, because that one was pretty bad too. That was a bad SLC. Fun fact: if you know why I don't, let me explain something. Thoughts on the Zampir. I'll give my thoughts in a sec, but the fun fact of Boomerang at Wild Adventures, you will literally die. I just hope you know that every single video since Wild Adventures was actually a pre-recording from like years ago. I'm already dead. Just saying. Anyways, thoughts on the Zamperla Minnie Mouse. I mean, for a kiddie coaster, it really was kind of fun. I mean, it didn't really do much, but it was kind of fun. I mean, I can dig it. Like there was before the first trim, I actually got some laterals. Like I didn't hate it. It was not bad, and it was actually pretty smooth considering it's Zamperla. I guess you can't screw up when you don't bank anything, can you? But yeah, it wasn't a bad ride at all. But yeah, that fun fact about Boomerang, it's true. I'm a dead man. I'm not alive here. This is my ghost. Yeah. See? My hand just went through my face. I totally didn't just put it in front. Oh Lord. But let me see if I missed anything here. I miss any questions? Doesn't look like I did. Flight Deck is probably the worst coaster you've ever ridden. It's a very rough ride. And yeah, Flight Deck looks terrible. I mean, let's face it, it does. Thoughts on Hurler. It's such a pointless ride, Hurler. Like, but why? Like, who thought that it was a good idea to build that twice? No, no, no. Don't get me wrong. They didn't build it once. No. Mm-mm, mm-mm. They built it at 2 parks. 2. What are you doing? What are you doing? At least it's a great RMC candidate, but there's a chance Cedar Fair won't work with them again. So Carowinds needs an RMC. Like, that would complete their lineup. And I feel like Cedar Fair is going to withhold that from them for a little while. So I hope I'm wrong. Yeah, Flight Deck looks terrible. They have 2 good coasters and a bunch of. They have 4 good coasters, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. They have Vortex, the arrow suspended, which since the bat at Kings Island is a near clone, I think it's pretty cool. Like, the bat's pretty fun. It's really intense. They have Leviathan, Yukon Striker, and Behemoth. Those are the 4 that I think are good. I think the Arrow Looper probably isn't terrible, Dragonfire, so that's 5 that are at least in the acceptable range. But beyond that, I mean, you got a Valair, which, you know, why not, I guess, was the thinking there. They got an SLC because Cedar Point wanted to have the only invert for like a long time away. And they got 2 wooden coasters that could be bad and they could be good. I'm not sure. Yeah, you forgot. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Like those woodies, like I feel like it depends. Like I feel like it depends on your roughness tolerance. Like if you have a high tolerance for roughness like I do, you might enjoy them. Wood Coaster and Python and Bamboo Forest. Both look excellent. I mean, really, really good. Uh, I think Wood Coaster looks better, obviously, but Python and Bamboo Forest looks pretty good. I just wish GCI would build some of that, like some of those types of coasters in America. Like, but then again, where are you going to get terrain and a park willing to build something like that that doesn't already have a GCI? Because the only option I could see for a ride like that would be Silver Dollar City, but they have an RMC Woody, which they might iBox, but until they do, you know, we're kind of straight out of luck here. But yeah, Wood Coaster and Python and Bamboo Forest look just awesome. They look like wooden coasters like no other. They look excellent. Definitely can't beat those 2 in terms of GCIs, I don't think. Um, and I do have to say, I think I'll be ranking, by the way, for a future video, I will be ranking every GCI I've ridden, and I'll be doing that and I'll be doing some other ranking videos. That's going to be a big focus of the channel in the coming weeks because I don't have really new content coming out. So, like, in terms of filming new content, in terms of like going to new parks. But you know, Coaster Source at Legoland. Eh, it looks okay. I mean, doesn't look bad. Who is my least favorite manufacturer? Mm, hmm. That's a tough one. But if I had to pick, yeah, I gotta say the Din Corporation because I've ridden only 2 of their coasters, I do believe, and one was great-ish. It was good, really good, and one was so bad that I feel like that's more of a representation of what it would be. So I gotta say Din, although Zamperla is pretty low too, but they have Rolling Thunder, which automatically makes them better than Din Corporation. You want to ride a GCI, you might actually go to Hershey to get a GCI. Yeah, GCIs don't get overhyped for the Hershey Park GCIs. I mean, Wildcat's kind of meh. I mean, it's pretty rough, which is why I didn't like it, and I have a high roughness tolerance. But like Lightning Racers, it's pretty good. So, you know. But yeah, Coaster Source at Legoland it looks okay. I mean, it doesn't look bad, it doesn't look good. It just kind of exists. Does that make sense? So, Wildcat looks good, but Lightning Racer looks really bad. I actually much prefer Lightning Racer. That's just my personal preference. I think the racing is actually executed really well on Lightning Racer, and it is so much smoother than Wildcat. But in terms of layout, I think Lightning Racer probably is a little weaker than Wildcat. Wildcat has a better layout, but Lightning Racer is really much smoother, which is why I like it more. So that's definitely something kind of to take into account, that I like rough rides to a point, but there comes a point in time where I just can't enjoy them, and Wildcat kind of came to that point in time. So, but you gotta love the seal sounds on the brake run. Gotta love that. Can't say that wasn't fun. So, all right, we got about 7 or 8 minutes left. I usually keep these to an hour, so you know. Let's see. Any more new chats? Did I miss anything? Oh, new comments. All right. Thoughts on B&M being acquired? What? 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 Uh, on Wildcats Break Run, when I was there a couple months ago, it was still making those sounds. I don't know why. It just was. Oh, hey Harlow. Harlow is Pierce Maker Studios' is sister, Bodhi's sister. Um, Thoughts on B&M being acquired by Aerodynamics? Hmm. Hmm. Well, I'm gonna play along with this one, okay? I'm gonna play along with this one. I think that Aero, the ghost of Aero, acquiring the living B&M's body is gonna be an utter disaster, because remember when Aero tried to be B&M? Dragonfire? There you go. Anyways, I'm just being facetious. Yeah. Thoughts on B&M being that's pretty funny. Not gonna lie, that was actually pretty funny. I like it. Not as funny as Nitro's as forceful as my couch. That was better. Not gonna lie. That was hilarious. Let me see, where is that? I gotta see. Um Nitro. That right there is the best joke of the year so far. Bodhi is eating pretzels. Good to know. Thoughts on Alton Towers building 300-foot tall trees? Oh man. Oh, 300-foot tall trees. That one was pretty good too. That was last week. I think it was you who made that joke. Somebody made it. Yeah. Thoughts on, well, here's the problem. They do have to relocate the trees from the redwood forest in California. So it's kind of weird when you see a ship going by with a 300-foot tall tree kind of floating by, but I mean it works, you know. And then what happens is they end up, you know, getting them, planting them, and then they build the giga in about 2 or 3 years once the roots take hold. Make sure everything's good. They build the giga, and finally Alton Towers has a giga, and everybody will be happy. That's my thoughts on Alton Towers building a 300-foot tall tree for a giga. All right, we're gonna take that joke down because only can. There we go. But yeah, I figured I'd leave it up a little bit. All right, we're back up to 6 viewers. We're coming towards the end of the stream, but any last questions you want to throw at me? We got a few minutes. I like to keep these around an hour. If Alton Towers got a giga, it would be bad. Not really. No, it really wouldn't be bad. Hang on, guys. What?
Infinity War is on, or Endgame is on TV.
Oh, well, I don't care.
Okay.
I've seen it before. Thoughts on the Coaster Network? Well, considering the Coaster Network kind of died, not really, but I don't know what happened to him. But what he did was obviously bad, but, you know, I am neutral on the matter because I don't want to get into that discussion. Yeah, why would the Alton Towers getting a giga be bad? I don't get it. I gotta get Coaster Papa on my next stream. Maybe I'll do like a quizzing Coaster Papa challenge for my next stream. What do you guys think of that? A quizzing Coaster Papa for our next stream. What do you think? I think that could be pretty good. The Giga would be bad because it's at There are some UK coaster enthusiasts who might disagree with you, but I mean, I feel like Alton does well with what they have to work with, but they definitely aren't the best park ever. You know, what do you think about Coaster Papa being quizzed for my next live stream? Yeah, do the thing with Coaster. All right. Yeah, I think I'll have to come up with some questions for him. We'll see if he's actually a Thuzy or if he's still a GP. We'll have to see. Anyways, that was fun. That was sinister. All right. Any other last questions for me? Oh, the NASCAR kid is here. Hello. You just caught me at the end of the stream. Oh man, that's unfortunate. But if you have a question, you can ask it away. Just go ahead and ask. Definitely get answering that. We got about a minute or two left because I also have to get ready for Pierce Maker Studios' premiere. I'm probably gonna react live. Yeah, oof. It's more of a glurg, but yeah, I got you. LOL, you have no questions. Oh man. Well, guys, it has been amazing. I really like having these streams. I think this is a good thing to do every week because it allows interaction. And right now we have a current record of 6 viewers at one time. How about next week? Tell a friend when it comes on, 7 p.m. next Sunday. Let's try to get to 7 viewers at one time. Let's break that record. All right, let's do it. I know we can. You guys have already got me to 140 subscribers. I am so happy about that. And let's hit that goal of 250 by the end of the year. If we can do that, that'll be even better. You do have one question. All right, ask away. Ask away. Let's not end it. It wouldn't be fair to end it until we get this question. So what is your question? Let's get that last question in. Let's see. Your previous name was Giga Coasters Incorporated. I think, right? That was it, right? Is that right? The plot thickens. Maybe? Well, I remember things, trust me, and you were the first person ever to tell me that I was your favorite YouTube channel back then. Like when you said that, I was forever remembering who you were, okay? So, but all right guys, it's been good. It's always great to talk to you guys, get the questions out, get the jokes. Still got to love Nitro being as forceful as CT Coaster's couch, which I'm assuming is probably not too forceful. Let's hope not. And so until next time, this is Kid Toaster Coasterland signing off, and y'all have a great week. I got about 2 or 3 videos probably coming out this week. Cutting down a little bit because obviously off season it's harder to get content. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, guys.